Jeremiah's Holyokios is just coming on board, guys. And there he is. Hello, big boy. How are you?
You all right?
Yeah. Good.
Yourself?
I'm all right, man. Do you know what? I've had this song in my mind all day, okay? And I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on. There's 14 or 15 on there now. And I want to play you the song before we start the show, okay? Because it has been in my brain. Dave Allen, hello, mate. I love you. Hope you're well. And it has been driving me crazy all day. And I'm going to enjoy showing it here. Wait for a couple more to come and join us. John Ellicott is requesting that we bring him on camera. Piss off, John. Not happening. Karen Potter, how are you? John Knox, lovely to meet you yesterday, John. Hope you're well. Hi, Frank. Good evening, mate. Do you know Jim? Yeah. Tyler's on. Hope you enjoyed the day yesterday, mate. Hello, Tom. Yeah, John Knox came on and said to say hello to you, Jell. He loves what we do and everything else. I see Ned's come and join us. Jell and Jess is on. My God, there's 20. Right. Okay, I'm going to kick off very quickly. For those of you who weren't on the boat yesterday, Albert Coley, is he on?
Yeah.
Hi, Albert.
Gorgeous.
I can't see. You're obviously seeing it before I am. Oh, right. Okay, right. So for those of you that weren't on the boat yesterday, if you think the day was spent just leisurely going up and down the Thames, doing nothing, okay, I want to show you a quick snippet of something that Richard Harvey very kindly put on Facebook a little while ago. And I'm just going to give you a taster of what it was like, okay? Now, this song, I haven't been able to get out of my head all day, and we need to use it at the weekend, okay? Look at the screen, everyone. I'm about to turn my iPad round to show you what it is. Hopefully you can hear it. So, I've got a question for you. Does that look like a bunch of Nigels going up and down the Thames? Because I'm telling you what, we partied hard, mate. It was really good.
It's always good. It's always nice to get out and have a good day out. I mean, that's the good thing is people like Grantley, that go out there and organise stuff like this to make the day better. So,
and he put a lot of work into that. Do you know that? He put oh, hang on. I've got you repeating on my iPad here. Yeah, he put a lot of work into that, and it was a great day. It was a great day. And I wanted to, and if it's okay to you, I would like to start the show by paying tribute to what actually happened, because there is a couple of things that went on during the day which I'm going to talk about. And so it's going to be me rambling on for about 5 or 10 minutes, so just forgive me. Before I get into that, there is a reason why I'm about to say this again, and I know I've repeated myself from a couple of weeks ago, but a very, very warm welcome to any overseas Palace fans, okay, that have joined us. Simon, I know you're already on, but there's a couple of others. I've actually been trying to get a guest on from Australia. Jill, just to let you know, you've already frozen, mate, so I'm going to carry on going. Okay, so I would like to start off, and you're back again, are you, Jill? Just give me a wave. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, no, I am. What it is, if people are watching this, please stop sending me messages. It cuts my phone out.
That's what it is.
We have to do this on our phone. I'm not on my computer. So every time someone sends me a message, which is probably going to encourage them even more now, it cuts it out. If it cuts it out, eventually, we just have to stop it. So.
Arc it in, guys. Just everybody quickly send. Anybody's got his mobile number, just do it for the comedy venue.
Is Jell on Dusk Up still? What's all that mean? What's Dusk Up?
No idea.
Darren Humphries.
Darren, explain that. I don't know what that means either. Oh, dial up. Dial up, right.
Yeah, I'm running at about 200 and something. Yeah, but the thing is, it's a Samsung S8, and it just doesn't. It's just so poor. But we can't do it on the computers unless someone else knows how to do it. I've got a £1,000 Hewlett Packard Pavilion sitting here, but we can't do it on this. So
yeah, likewise,
anyway,
my laptop.
Sorry, Nick.
No, it's all right. Likewise, my laptop's sitting in front of me, and it's just sitting there redundant, really. Anyway, so a nod to the boat trip. Okay, for those that you've never done it before, God, I'm still exhausted. I can't do with all this alcohol and all that rest of it. Okay, so we had on the show a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, a gentleman phoned in late in the show, and I think some of you will remember this, called Andy Ball. Andy is a guy that one of three gentlemen that do for our partially sighted and our disabled Palace fans at Sellers Park, does a live broadcast to each and every one of them by way of an earpiece, a bit like they do at the cricket matches. And I'd never even heard of them. I never knew what they did. They're actually Mayday Radio. So what we did is we decided to, Red and Blue News decided to try and hook up with them a little bit and see if we can do something to help them. Now, their phone line or whatever they use, their computer equipment, has been cut by the people at Mayday Hospital that run the TV beds at Mayday Hospital. It's all to do with funding. They put their prices up. Usual story. Now, the guys that do it, there's only three of them, and Andy and Roger are the two people that I've met so far, and Chris is the third guy. And what they've done, they're still broadcasting to Sellers Park live at every home game, but they can't get through to Mayday Hospital due to funding. So on the boat yesterday, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if we could get them 50 quid or 60 quid? Well, yesterday, I'm delighted to announce that because of everybody's thought process behind this, and there's nothing to do with Red and Blue News, this is you guys out there, the Palace family, we raised, on day one of trying to look after them and trying to help them out, £600. 600 quid was raised by the people on the boat. And I just wanted to say to every one of you that are out there, thank you very much. In particular, Grant Saunders, who out of his own pocket, they threw in 100 quid cash. And it was just outstanding. Now, on board, there wasn't just Red and Blue News, of course. It wasn't just the Eagles of Landed on Your Manor. There was 5 or 6 of the splinter Palace groups. You know, there's lots of us. There's lots of different Palace pages. We're all members of loads of them. Yeah, Joe, Ben's saying you look really happy. Okay, put a smile on your face.
Well, yeah, but what Ben doesn't know is I've just said, please stop retweeting everything on Twitter because it cuts my phone out. And what are people doing?
They're phoning you. Well, I'll carry on talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. You think my phone freezes, but it's free.
It's not. Actually, you haven't frozen for a while. Anyway, I'm just going to carry on. Right, so on the boat yesterday was obviously Red and Blue News, supported by myself and Sean. Eagles have landed on Your Manor, quite a few of the guys on there. We're the Girls from SE25. Now, that's a very new Facebook page. We're the Girls from SE25 that is particularly been set up for the ladies amongst you, okay? And if you're not on there, ladies, please get on there, okay? Homesdale Cravatics, Paul Price. Now, what a human being that is, okay? Jell knows him well. I know him well. He's a fantastic guy. And also the Palace Revolution. Now, what the guys decided to do as a team yesterday, as a family, was we're talking about maybe getting something together as a joint effort to try and, I was going to say crowdfund, or what's the other expression? What's the other page? Oh, Just Giving page or something along those lines.
Just Giving, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about doing something like that, okay? Well, Grant's actually phoned me today and he said to me, can we hold fire before actually announcing what we're going to do as a team? And some of the groups are going to get their heads together, sit around the table, have a pint and see what is the best way to support these guys in any way, shape or form. Guys out there, I think they need a couple of grand to be able to do the whole of next season. A couple of grand. We've already raised £600 in an hour. It's just nothing between us. You know, imagine, I don't know, we've got a fan base of 25,000, okay? A quid. It's £1. It's nothing, is it? It's just absolutely.
Well, the thing is, you've got 5,500 members on here. If everyone just gives £1, you know, it would sort it in a day, wouldn't it?
Simon, I can see you on there, mate. Good evening. Andy, Stacey, good evening. So this is nothing to do with me. Okay, I was the gob behind the trip yesterday. I was the voice piece on the boat at Grant's request. He asked me to try and like MC it a little bit. Okay, but other people were involved. Claire Davis, she was walking around with a bucket and raising money all day. She worked hard. Sean, our own Sean Feeney, Ned as we call him, he was working tirelessly behind the scenes. Grant Saunders, of course. We're doing it again next year. Anybody wants to join us, feel free to do it, okay? So that's it. So I'll keep you posted as and when time goes on. Anyway, that's about me rattling on.
Just quickly, Eagle Joey they just put like a message on our thread, not the live thread. He said the beer festival will be a big crowd. We could do more fundraising then. So that sounds like a bit of a plan, doesn't it? Yeah.
Joey, I'll talk, mate. Joey, perhaps you and I could catch up in the Clifton before one of the games, and maybe it was a great thing. I was sorry to laugh, but Tyler Cage just put on the screen. Great bucket, Claire. Okay. Now, there was a particular gag that came out about Claire and her bucket yesterday, and the boys have got to fill Claire's bucket. I'm not going to do it again. I'm a gentleman, as you know. Okay. And there's ladies listening. So, but yeah, it was a good day. So, Sarah Brennan just put on there, we love the girls from SC25. Quite right. And ladies, get behind it. It's brilliant. It really is a good thing. So thank you for all of those that contributed yesterday. We've got lots more work to do to get these guys up and running at Mayday Hospital. At the moment, none of the patients in Mayday, and it's our local university hospital. At the moment, none of them can hear a live broadcast from Sellers Park, and that's what we intend to do. And all the groups are going to try and get together. I'm even going to ask the guys, Albert, I know you're listening. I'm even going to speak to Mikey and see if they want to get involved. This is nothing to do with Jell. This is nothing to do with Nick. This is nothing to do with Homesdale Radio or any splinter groups. This is us coming together as a family. And I just think it would be a nice way to pull them together. Jell doesn't look too impressed with what I just said there. Okay. Right. Okay. So on to yesterday's game very quickly. We'll spend 10 minutes reviewing the game. Evening, Ryan. I can see you. What's Sean saying? He's going on about something or other. Right. So the lineup for yesterday.
Now, what goes on the boat stays on the boat.
Is that what you say, yeah?
That was Matt Miller. Matt Miller said that.
Lucy, you're quite right to join with the girls from SC25 because it's dedicated to you beautiful women of Crystal Palace. So I think it's good. Now, I hate to say that I told you so, everybody out there listening, there's 40 of you. Now, I'm going to show you yesterday's lineup, okay? So do you reckon Roy Hodgson phoned me up on the Friday and said, Nick, I ain't got a clue what to do with the lineup. And I said, I'll tell you what to do. Watch Phil Potts' player prediction. Because there it is. There it is, Roy. Thank you for your confidence in me. But in all honesty, it wasn't mine, okay? It came out of my mouth, okay? But it was a Phil Pot player prediction, but it was, I've got to give full credit to my son, Sam. He actually thought that that's what the lineup would be, with the exception of Surloff playing out on the left-hand side. He thought we'd play one up top because we were away from home. What did you think of the lineup, Jell? Hennessy, Wan-Bissaka that we're going to talk about in a minute. Kelly, Tompkins, Van Arnholt, Townsend, MacArthur, Milivojevic, Schlupp, Benteke and Surloff.
Well, it just gets... It was the same team that started the other day, wasn't it? Pretty sure that was the same team started against Man United. So, I mean, for what we had available, was as strong as we could, as strong as we could do to a certain point. But the bench was, made the team stronger. But yeah, I mean, after the performance Monday night, you would have to, you couldn't really drop anyone from that.
No, I agree. It was, and you mentioned the bench. Interesting to see a couple of. I'll do the obvious ones in a minute, but Cavalieri, the new goalkeeper, Soiree on there, Fosu Mensah struggling to get into the team now. Okay, and we know why. Riedewald, Chung Young Lee, but the two big additions that I announced before kickoff, and I think I got it out quite quickly, probably before anybody else, was the fact that as soon as the first person onto the pitch yesterday, before any other players came out, and he wasn't running around or anything, he was just out on the pitch, walking on the pitch, was Wilfried Zaha. I saw him turn up with his training kit, and I thought, hello. And out behind him came Mamadou Sakho, and I thought, here we go. I'll still be surprised if they're included in the team, as is proved to be the case. And they came on the bench, and that gave the away fans, who, by the way, I need to throw a nod to the away fans yesterday, who were once again, you were outstanding. You were incredible. The volume, we just made those idiots over there look embarrassing, because that's what they were, and I want to talk about them in a minute. The away fans were superb, and it gave the away fans that physical lift. When something happens in the ground, that it's going to have an effect on the game. Well, the fact that he purely named Wilfried Zaha and Mamadou Sakho on the bench, and you just alluded to it, Jell, it was a positive move. Positive move.
Oh, without a doubt. Ben Allen said, "I've got a nickname for Benteke, which I can't say on here."
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's rude. But listen, I'm fed up of hiding. I'm fed up. stuck up for him and said, "Give him a chance, give him a chance." But anyway, that's irrelevant. It was really, really good to see Wolf back on the bench and Sacco. It was a strong bench. So I mean, what I do like is that I'm pretty sure Wan-Bissaka. He's a right winger, isn't he? He's a right winger. But
my understanding, I think he's a right back. I think he started as a right winger, but I believe he's converted to a right back. And if you think about what he's done, okay, and let's talk about it. You raised a point. Let's talk about Wan-Bissaka. Is Joel Ward? Is he going to play another game for Palace?
Well, I think he will do because
Fosu-Mensah as well.
Because Fosu-Mensah's probably going to go back to Man United. I'd love him to stay. I really would. I mean, who wouldn't want a Dutch international at right back? But the way that Bissaka's played, there's no way in a million years you can't. See, the thing is, what Hardy used to do is get players in for one game, bring them out, bring a youth team player in if he had to, and bring him in for one game, and then he just got rid of them. I mean, he literally got rid of them out of the club. Just ridiculous.
Could you just hold that thought, Jell? Could you just hold that thought? Because I've got breaking news for you, live on Sky right now. You just mentioned his name, Alan Pardew.
Go on.
Alan Pardew, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to tell you, no, on the contrary, West Brom have just announced that they have no intentions of replacing him at this time. Boom! That means he's going to take him down. Boom! And we can send him down to the last game of the season. Boom!
I think they'll be gone before then, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you. My apologies.
So he's got a vote of confidence.
Yeah, the dreaded vote of confidence.
I can't understand that. I can't understand that. But Newcastle fans warned us about. Well, West Ham and Charlton warned Newcastle. Newcastle warned us. We warned everyone else. He's a 6-month manager. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Pardew. He's history, and he'll never come back.
Andy Stacey is mentioned in the. Andy Stacey just mentioned in the. Did we see what the paper said about Benteke? £20 million move to China today. I'm sure you saw that. Joe, your thoughts on that?
Yeah. No, without a doubt. I'm just looking at just very quickly Leslie Fuller and Frankie Williams saying about will we see RLC again? Will he play again? Yeah, he's back, and he's back at the club apparently.
So I understand.
He's back, and I imagine he'll be training soon. But yeah, it just seems like in the last 2 weeks things seem to have taken a little bit of a turn for the better. But yeah. It is. I'm getting more hopeful. I mean, I'm literally getting more hopeful. But as well, Wickham training with the 23s, really, good news. Didn't think we'd ever see him back in a Palace shirt. Honestly, there was a lot of people that were saying behind the scenes that if he breaks down again, that he was, probably have to retire. So, but no, it'd be good. I mean, I think the last goals I think he scored for us were a brace at Sunderland, which were left foot, right foot, screamers as well. So I'm proper. I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed because he's got two good feet, holds the ball up, and he's tall, head, everything. So what's not to like?
Indeed. So, and in actual fact, the gentleman that asked you that question on there, will we see RLC again? I don't know if you're aware of who he is. I want to say good evening to Leslie Fuller, who I believe is currently in Spain, which is where he lives now. And if those of you who don't know who Leslie Fuller is, another one of the gentlemen of Sellers Park. He's the guy that comes to Palace in that beautiful red and blue blazer, one of the world's perfect gentlemen. So thank you for joining us on here tonight. Lovely to see you on here, Les. 50 people watching us already this evening, so great stuff. Glad you're all enjoying it. Welcome, each and every one of you. So anyway, let's carry on talking about we were talking about Benteke. Benteke to China, and how do you feel about
that? Yeah, I mean, I know we can't do it straight away, but I think we had the best of him last year. I mean, he absolutely has suffered a crisis in his confidence and everything else. But listen, this is a results-based business. It's just like anyone goes to work and they do bad work, then you get a warning or you get binned. I mean, there really is. We've had players that have come on and not massively let us down, but because haven't turned into Diego Maradona or George Best and running around everyone and scoring bundles of goals. They've been absolutely slaughtered. So I just, for me, yesterday was the wake up call. Firstly, it gets bought off at half time, and then the very next day in the papers, his agent's punting him out to wherever. I mean, the only way we're ever going to get any money, decent money for him, is China. So, but I suppose that's where they all. Most players at the end of their careers are disappearing off there or to the MLS. So it depends what kind of cultural vacation that Benteke wants for the last 2 or 3 years of his career. But yeah, whatever he does, he's not fit for me. He's not a fit for our club. I think the way Roy's playing more football on the deck, and we're prepared to go across the back for 6, 9, 12 passes even before, until good team shut us down and we have to hoof it, and then we're relying on him holding the ball up, and it isn't happening at the moment. So we got a little bit lucky the other day with his assist for Andros's deflected goal against Man United. But apart from that, he's not had a very good time. So I have a feeling that if we had anything in reserve, someone of a decent, I can't think that we haven't got a 23 that would have come in and played as good, would have run their nuts off as good.
Put themselves about a bit, yeah.
So we haven't got this and we haven't got that. Well, we didn't think we had a 20-year-old right back, and we have. So it's just fed up with the excuses now. Glad to see that he's done that. That Roy's brought him in. But anyway. You can only get better.
Couple of things scroll past. My apologies to everybody who's corrected me. You're quite right. He's in France and not Spain. Yeah, I get that. Sorry, my mistake. My bad. I do apologise. There was something else. Somebody said, Simon in Cribben in Canada said, Jordan Much. I watched Vancouver Whitecaps play last night. He's not even getting a game for them. Which I thought was quite amusing. And somebody else had just put on there that
will do.
I think he would. He needs match time though, doesn't he? Somebody else has said they just ordered an Uber, or a one-way Uber to China for Benteke and got a price for it.
Matt Miller's just turned around and said Tekkers did clear the ball off the line versus Chelsea. Versus Chelsea, I think it was against Man United. But no, you're right. He did make a really good goal on clearance. But listen, we're paying him. He's our highest paid player, and for whatever he's supposed to be doing, he isn't doing it. But if he does, I'll tell you what people are using as an excuse for the last sort of 6 or 8 weeks is that he's winning loads of headers. I don't care. The club put some ridiculous stat out the other day that he's had 7 assists and scored 1 goal in the last 9 games or something. I don't want him assisting. I don't want Benteke assisting. All right, what I want is Benteke scoring, someone else assisting, which means that we're doing something that's in between the midfield and Benteke. That's where we're doing something a little bit wrong. But that's only because we haven't got the players to come in yet. As soon as we get that natural number 10 into the club, there has to be a number 10 coming to the club. Then I think we'll be fine with whoever we've got up front. We're not going to just keep having to hoof the ball. We're playing good football on the floor, and as soon as we can stop hoofing it and treating Benteke like a one-trick pony, as in floating, 8 or 9 footballs into the area. If the goalkeeper comes through it, it's a goalkeeper's ball every day. It's when the goalkeepers bottle it. All the good goalkeepers come for those balls, takes them out of the equation. Enough about him. It was a game of 2 halves yesterday.
Yeah, and we're going to come on to that in a second. Just 2 quick points, if I may. Chris White has just come on and said, and don't forget, everybody's entitled to their opinion, that any player playing in red and blue doesn't deserve to be barracked like Benteke's getting at the moment. You could argue that's also a good point. Okay, we should be supporting each and every player, but and I understand the frustration. And Chris, mate, I respect your views as much as anybody else, and I do. Okay, but 2 goals in a season for an out-and-out striker isn't acceptable, and it was borne out yesterday. Yeah, you're probably right that you shouldn't get barracked. And as Jell quite rightly says, let's not get hung up too much on Benteke. Wan-Bissaka. Tell me about his performance yesterday, Joe.
Well, I've just, you know what? I've just, Rob Donovan just turned around and said that at least Benteke hasn't hid and feigned an injury. He's been available for every game. Well, I'll tell you what, he almost hid yesterday. There's a reason why he got bought off after 45 minutes, halfway through a game, is that he wasn't very good. There wasn't, for me, he didn't work hard enough. Sherlock's helping him out a lot because he works hard. He might not be as there's a lot of arguments on social media about how comparing our two centre forwards to each other. Sherlock is completely irrelevant. He's had a few games, and it does take time to get into the Premier League, to get into the swing of things. For me, he didn't work hard enough. He quite literally didn't work hard enough. And I've said this today on social media, and it got quite a big reaction. The thing is about a Palace player is he doesn't have to be the best. For years and years, we've rarely had amazing players. We had Wrighty just before he became amazing, but he was very, very good. We've had some good players. We had the Italian right at the end of his career, but he was still good. But the thing is, what we like are people who got triers, real triers. You run your nuts off in our shirt, right, and you put yourself about, and you don't hide, then people are sometimes willing to forgive your shortcomings. And the thing is about Benteke, he don't dive into the crowd, like some of our players do. He does that ridiculous. I don't know what that is, and that lifting his knees up and.
Anyway,
I don't know. Completely.
Don't worry about that, okay? Because my question to you 5 minutes ago was actually about Wan-Bissaka, and then you went back to Benteke. But that's okay. It's your show as well. The young right back.
Yeah, but what do you want to know about him?
Tell me
It's just fantastic.
What do you think
about our season?
And do you know what? I couldn't have phrased it better myself. We have actually unearthed a gem.
Yeah, and I think as well, everyone's panning Ward. Ward has a good game and then mediocre games because he is what most of our players are. Average players, average Premier League players, which is why we are where we are. And I think we can let Fosu-Mensah, unless he really wants to stay, we can let Fosu-Mensah go back to Man United, which I think is always going to be the plan anyway. I think there'd be huge ructions at Man United if he was allowed to come to us. The other thing as well is we've now got two right backs at the club, and I think he's probably between 15 and 22 million quid of money we haven't got at the end of this season. Bearing in mind, this is what I wanted to talk about as well at some stage, the amount of players that we need. If we clear the deadwood out, we're going to need 2 or 3 goalkeepers coming in. So it's just, and there's going to be, 20 million, 25 million? So without that, we definitely need another centre-back to take the place of Delaney, who will retire at the end of this season. We don't need left-backs. We've got more left-backs than probably any club in the bloody league. So we won't need that. That's good. We are going to need another centre midfield or 2 to take the place of Gabai and what I think probably Puncheon. And we are going to need at least one more centre forward. So you can see why Parish is probably a bit stressed at the moment. That we're probably going to have to pay out, I don't know, 70, 80 million quid. If we just buy average players now to a Premier League side, to buy them from the Championship, 10 to 15 million pounds.
Yeah, for sure.
You say we need 7 players, it's 100 million quid. Now we can all throw away 100 million quid really quickly. I've just done it. 10 seconds, you spent 100 million quid. So, but we haven't got 100 million quid. We're only going to need. You're absolutely right. Who's that? Perry Hegarty. We need 11 James McArthurs on the pitch. I love Macca. Fantastic for our club. But yeah. yeah, it's frustrating, but you know, going your original going back again to Wan-Bissaka. What a find! I am so pleased for the kid, and again we've discussed this in the past. By you know, people say these kids aren't good enough. You give them the chance, and they'll surprise you. I mean, what's a little run of games to come in and go. Imagine if he'd have got smashed out of the park. People would have people like me would have gone. Well, he played against Spurs, Man United, and Chelsea for Christ's sake. You know, he's played against 3 Champions League sides. What do you expect? But he hasn't been ruined, has he? He has not been ruined. And that's a testament to him, to his work ethic. I mean, he's run his nuts off from the 93 to 95 minutes he's played, and he's absolutely fantastic. Andrew Vardy, just very quickly, is the Getafe keeper still coming? There's a clause in his contract to say that if we go down, he stays there.
Correct.
But if we stay up, then he comes. All right, we'll go back.
Well, let's just cover off the game very quickly. I spent a couple of minutes talking about the game. And you alluded to it already. It was definitely a game of 2 halves. What caused the abject performance in the first half?
Well, first we're talking about Chelsea, who are just past masters against teams like us. You know, they are a team full of highly paid, highly skilled internationals, and if they want to keep the ball, then they will keep the ball. They play it faster than us. Their touch is better than us, so they can. And had they really had their shooting boots on yesterday, we would have been dead and buried, out of sight. They would have been out of sight in the first half. Yeah. Well, I mean, if it was anything between 4 and 6, then it would not. We couldn't have rapped about it. We were that bad, and to be honest, they were that good.
I mean, they were murderers. That centre bit through the middle of the park, through our centre defence, they just kept playing that one-touch football that you just mentioned, time and time again, and we had no answer to it, did we?
Do you know what? I've said this for a long time now. Watch what happens before the game starts. You'll have all the warm-ups and everything else, and then what you'll do is you'll have 2 teams in a small little 10-metre square area, or 100-metre square area, sorry, 10 metres by 10 metres. And what you'll do is you'll have the players playing 1 or 2 touch in tight areas, right? Now, we never do that in a game. We never, ever, ever do that in a game. Every other team does. And you'll find as well that the good teams, when one of their players has got a ball, 2 players from different directions will run towards the player holding the ball. Yeah. What we do is we have to look up and force a pass, whereas all they need to do is look up and see a player coming towards them to give a pass. And that's the whole difference with us. And that's what makes it really easy. But when you look at Man United, Man City, especially Man City are the best. I would say they're the best in this country by a country mile when it comes to harrying players down. And you won't find players being shut down by City players. You won't find them being shut down by one-on-one. It's 2 and 3s on one. And that's how they get the ball back. They get the ball really, really quickly. And then when they get it back, the 2 other players will spin away and give options, and then they get the ball back really, really easy. So, we don't do that. So I don't know what Simon's saying about really, but anyway. So
can I just interrupt a second? Do you mind if I just interrupt you a second? This is a technical question for the boys behind the scenes listening to us, the rest of the admin guys. Can you please keep your eyes on the request to join the page? There's a gentleman called James Breen that I'm interested in joining the page. Guys, please make sure he's on. Sorry to interrupt you, Joel.
That's all right. But yeah, I mean, there's as we stay and as we develop as a team, if we can stay in the Premier League, we can start to be like them. There's no reason why we can't. These are all professional athletes, professional sportsmen. So I'm not saying everyone has to, I mean, that little thing about 11 James McArthurs, we need 5 James McArthurs in the midfield line. So
somebody should message Jell. I know. I could tell somebody should message Jell.
No, it drives me mad.
And I've got. Can I also jump back to an earlier earlier point from Richard Kingdom. He said, we're going to bash Huddersfield 3-1. Now, the reason he said that is because any of you that know Richard Kingdom, he's been around the club for years and years. He stands right in front of me in the Homesdale. Hello, mate. Every game that we ever play, he puts a tenner on. Palace will win 3-1. It's happened. He's bought it in a couple of times, but God, mate, I hope you're right against Huddersfield because I can't wait for you to buy me a beer if that's happening.
He must be nearly skint this season, isn't he?
Oh no, bless him. He's a top lad. Oh, and he's just finished it up by saying Benteke hat trick as well. No, I know you're pissed.
But yeah, but getting back to the game, yeah, I mean, 2-0 down in the first half, and they're both lucky goals. You know, one's a deflection, the other one's a no goal. Yeah, I mean, it's just that was frustrating, and it sort of summed up the way that our season has gone. You know, I don't want to go into about Hennessy going down in stages, but there was a couple of times it does get down very slowly. But I was sitting there watching a game with Danny Totley, and he went mental when the first goal went in, and I said I don't think he would have got that, and then it was an absolute full stretch, but you saw the deflection. So he sort of took half a step, his body went that way, and then it was the other way. He didn't have a chance for the first one. And the second one, I mean, how's your luck? You see it all the time.
Do you know what? You just use that expression.
How's your back of the head?
Somebody said behind me, I didn't know who they were yesterday, somebody said to me, but right behind me, and you've just said it again, you know when your luck is shit after those 2 goals. Yeah. Okay. But you're right. We should have been 5 or 6-0 down at half time, but we go 2-0 down against those 2 shitty goals. And you're quite right.
Yeah, but you're saying that had those phases of play not happened, they could have had loads of goals yesterday. So to go in just 2 down, I was almost quite pleased. I mean, we were quite not blunt up front because I thought we did all right in the first. So, I turned to Danny and I said, 6 minutes in, and the Palace fans are olaying. We're getting the ball and we're passing that down. We're taking piss at Stamford Bridge. And then all of a sudden, I think it kicked in that we were taking the mick out of them, and then they just sort of went into overdrive. But,
okay.
Listen, there's 2 players that always stuff for us, right? And they do for everyone else. Hazard and Willian. I mean, Hazard, if he could just stay on his feet, he would just be one of the best players in the world. Yeah. But you just, he's awful when it comes to diving. But Willian, the way he changes direction, is absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, but they very, very good, very, very good players we're up against. I was a little bit disappointed as well about PVA, the way that he gave Zappacosta. Every single time Zappacosta got the ball, he was allowed to get across him. So I think, a lot of the time we didn't cut down at the source, and if it meant that we were going to go two against him, like other teams do against Wilf, then we should be doing that. But after 15 minutes and he crossed the ball 5 times, I thought to me it would have been quite obvious. But obviously, we were sort of inviting him on and trying to hit him on the break. Yeah. But hit him on the break with a completely blunt instrument. But
stop it.
And then the second half, and then the second half started. What can you say about that? I mean, when Wilf came out, what did you guys think?
Okay, when he actually came out, I mean, we knew that. Again, we put it on the page really sharp. Again, before anybody else got, I think I text John and said, Wilf is out there training in his kit. He's coming on second half, and he immediately put it out on the page. So, John, brilliant response, mate. It's what you're good at. It's what makes you the superstar that we all love. So we knew he was coming out. What we didn't know, however, was Benteke was going off. So it needed a change of formation, and it was like a different team. It wasn't just a lift for fans. It was a lift for everybody up their game 5 or 10%, and you could just tell it. whilst on the pitch, and they were instructed to get the ball out to him as quickly as they can. And I nearly swore. I nearly did it. I nearly did a Jell Holyoke there. He terrified them. He literally ripped them a new one. They couldn't handle him. They were putting 2 and 3 on him. He was getting ditto, the usual stuff. No protection from the referee. He was getting kicked. And he transformed the second half. If the results were on the halves of the game, we lost about 4-0 in the first half, but we won the second half quite clearly. We won the second half. It was a great, I thought it was a good performance. And if we played like that for the rest of the season, worry about promotion, relegation? I don't think so somehow. It was really good. Somebody's asked me a couple of minutes ago, Jell, Casey asked a question, and I've just written it down because I want you to cover this, okay? Because I'm going to come on to up-and-coming fixtures. Are we going down?
Jesus. I'll tell you what's going to make it harder for us this year. Our running is now against teams that are in huge danger of going down. So every single game is a cup final. Every game was a cup final for us in the last 2 or 3 years. I can't say whatever you're right.
I know you can't. I know you can't.
But every game for the last 10 games since we've been in the Premier League have been cup finals for us, just for us. This time they are cup finals for both sides, and I know it might sound a bit of a cliche, but it really is, because the 6-pointers started ages ago, and usually the 6-pointers start round about now, but they started ages ago, and you can see that by the way that West Brom are gone. I think they're definitely gone this year. I don't think they can come back from that, even though they look half decent in patches, because they have got some half decent players. I don't think they can survive this year. I think they have got the wrong ethic in the club. I think they've got the wrong manager. But anyway, because with those same players. You mentioned West Brom. Who shall not be mentioned, the crook. Yeah, go on.
Let's cover off. Now, this bit of paper, first of all, I need to thank our stato, Ned, Sean Feeney. He has done some fantastic work for me in preparation for this show this evening. And what he's given me is a spreadsheet here of everybody's running. Okay, well, you've covered them off, first of all, so let's go with them. West Brom's running, Bournemouth away, Burnley at home, Swansea at home, Man United away, Liverpool home, Newcastle away, Tottenham away, Palace away. Sorry, Tottenham at home, Palace away. Where are they going to get enough points from?
They're not. As I'm saying, Newcastle are going to be scrapping for points. Bournemouth are going to be scrapping for points. I can't see them surviving. So, but that's them gone. I think. My personal opinion will be that it'll be Huddersfield.
Really?
I think Huddersfield. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right, okay, and Richard Kingdom has said 3-1 will beat the Weeds 3-1. Well, there's a shock result prediction from Richard Kingdom. Right, let's do Huddersfield. Again, thank you, Sean. They've got Palace at home, okay, Newcastle away, Brighton away, Watford home, Chelsea away, Everton home, Man City away, and Arsenal at home. Now, I think from that you could argue, so they've got to play Chelsea, Everton, Man City and Arsenal. They may get a result against Newcastle, Brighton and Watford possibly. Not enough, and I think you're probably right. I reckon Huddersfield will go south with West Brom. Okay, so out of the others that are around us, Stoke, West Ham, Swansea, Newcastle, Bournemouth and Brighton, who else is going to join them? And Palace, of course.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. To say we're not in it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, people are saying we need 3 wins. 3 wins and a draw. We need 10 points.
Well, let's do Crystal Palace then. Okay, let's do Crystal Palace. Huddersfield away, Liverpool home, Bournemouth away, Brighton home, Watford away, Leicester home, Stoke away, West Brom home. So from that, your wins are going to be my guess would be West Brom on the last day of the season. Brighton, we've got to beat Brighton because we just can't.
Maybe Brighton a bit draw.
Yeah, I think
we'll draw against Brighton.
We've been doing all right. We beat Leicester early in the season away 3-0 with our full strength squad, and by the time we play Leicester, I reckon we'll be back to close on the full strength of the ones that are coming back. Obviously, we know Dan and Saka won't be back by then. Bournemouth away, I think will be a draw, and I think we'll get something away at Huddersfield.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm going draw Huddersfield. I'm going draw Huddersfield, draw Brighton, and I do think we'll get at least 2 wins. At least 2 wins. I think all I hope is that we don't need to win that last game of the season. Yeah, that's all I hope. But like I say, if we can get these players back, but the only good thing is this year, it's been a great season for the Premier League. 6 down. That's what it's been for me. 6 down, because it just reminded me of the Championship when everyone can beat everyone. Yeah. The City are going to get the odd bloody nose. I mean, us drawing, getting that 0-0 and stopping them from scoring, being the first team to stop them from scoring, was a massive bloody nose. And I think what it did as well is it also gave a little bit more impetus to other teams to say, look, if Palace can do it, then we can do it as well. So I think that the top 6 really will only lose. I know Chelsea have lost quite a few. So the top 6 may be losing 15, 20 games between them for the whole season.
I think the other one. I think the other one worth talking about is the team in absolute meltdown. The club that's in absolute meltdown is West Ham. What is going on over there?
Do you know what? I've got a few West Ham mates. In fact, I've got a load of West Ham mates. And the thing that they've been saying for probably the last, at least 3 years, is that the board are not the right board for West Ham. They're not the right board. And the thing about West Ham as well is if they go down, they are in mega trouble, like money-wise, because they pay huge money. I mean, like I said, I'll tell you a story about this is 15 years ago, right? So a mate of mine was playing Championship football, moved to Premier League club, and he was offered, he was on 45 grand a week. West Ham then came in and said to him, he phoned me out and he went, would you go to West Ham if you were me? I said, I don't know, what? He said, they're offering me 85 grand a week and 20 grand a goal. It's 15 years ago.
For God's sake.
So yeah, I would. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, he went back to his team and said, "This is what West Ham give me this, and I'll stay." And they gave him it, and he stayed, and the rest is history for him. But they pay ridiculous. I would imagine that virtually every single one of their players, is on 6 figures. I'm telling you now, absolutely. Most of their players, and Arnautovic would have been on 75 to 85 at Stoke, so he definitely would be getting 6 figures. There's another player I was privileged to see a little bit of sneaky paperwork off of one of my pals about a player that went from a lower team to Man United, and he is average. He's moved on now, and he's at 108,000 a week. It's just ridiculous. So West Ham really would be in. If they went down, they would be in huge trouble, even with their £2 or £3 million peppercorn rent, that they pay, for the London Stadium.
I was just seeing what Danny put down there.
Someone just said they know Andy Carroll's on 105 grand a week. I mean, Andy Carroll's, he's just a player that just gets broken. I mean, I don't know. It's very, very. The Premier League is extremely fragile from 6 down for me. you know, if you haven't got a worldwide fan base, then you're flying by the seat of your pants. So, but yeah, I mean, like I say, going back to the Premier, you know, us in the Premier League, the good thing is that there's still, I reckon, 8 teams that can go down this year quite easily.
Okay. Well, let's do West Ham.
My personal opinion. My personal opinion is it'll be the last day. It'll be a surprise, and it'll be someone on the last day. And I don't think it'll be us now. I'm going to say no, it isn't going to be us.
Well, I think West Ham. See, that's Jell sticking his neck out, being positive, which is what I wanted to hear. Okay, West Ham's last games. Okay, Southampton at home, Chelsea away, Stoke at home, Arsenal away, Man City away. Sorry, beg your pardon. Correction. Man City at home, Leicester away, and Everton at home. I think they've got a shitty run in. Whereas, you know, the thing about it is that everybody keeps putting on it, and it's gone on there loads and loads of times. Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. And I honestly feel that we are in a great, no, we're not in a great position. We're in a relegation zone, but we won't be. We will not be. It is so tight. I've got everybody else's here. I'm not going to read any more out.
Everyone will be saying that. Everyone will be saying that. You'll get fancast podcasts, and they'll be looking at it, and there'll be 2 fellas, and they're going, and look, and then we've got Palace at home, and we've got this, and that's what the Stoke and Bournemouth and all that. They'll be going, well, yeah, we've got Palace. Don't worry about it. We've got Palace, and that's exactly what people will be saying about us. They'll see us as a, you know, especially the other thing as well, if we've still got some injuries. So
right, okay.
You know, I mean, Danny just says it all the time. He says, "Damn, we'll be all right." And he just said it again. We'll remain, and he is always right. But he's I'm the eternal. I'm a Palace fan. I'm a pessimist.
Richard Kingdom just said, Europe will be good. So if we get to play, I don't know, by Leverkusen, Richard, what will the score be?
Europe.
Yeah, just tell me what.
Anyway, we go to Europe if there's a war.
Richard, I just need to know what the score will be when we play away, just for my benefit, because we all know what it's going to be. Right, okay. I've got a question out there for one of the listeners. If there is a James Bream, if you're listening, if you are on at the moment, can you please just put a comment in the comments box, because I want to ask you a question in a minute. Okay, so we'll finish off the second half.
Won't it be 9 o'clock in the morning where he is?
I don't know where he is.
At work?
I don't know where he is.
I thought you said he was in Australia, isn't he?
No, that's not him. That's somebody else. Surloff's disallowed goal.
Right.
Yeah. Why was it disallowed?
Well, firstly, it should have been a penalty anyway. One of our players he was like a spear tackle in the penalty area off the ball. There was so much rough stuff going on in there, and it's completely irrelevant. I said to Danny, I said, "You watch this referee. He's looking for anything. He's in there, and if he can see a way of blowing up, he'll blow up against us. He will blow up against us because these referees are just scared." He blew up on a foul that wasn't there. He saw something that wasn't there. And in fact, what he should have done was A, should have blown up for a penalty, and B, he should be the goal should have stood. And now Matt Miller's turned around and said it's now been confirmed that it was a referee error. But that doesn't, you know. I'm just saying, if we go down by a point, what's that cost us? Cost us 50 million quid. Not that it would, because it'll be the whole season, but you know, on small points, it's the referees. He does seem to be a bad referee for us. We never seem to get anything from him. I thought he looked overawed yesterday. I think it was just the Chelsea players when they were going down, especially going down, turning around, looking at him. But he weren't going like that. You're not allowed to do that. And he was just looking at the referee and just going, "Oh, come on." That's what they do now. That's the new come on. Is the
new yellow card, yeah.
Exactly. And then you had Wilf getting kicked to crap as soon as he come on.
Yep.
Nothing at all. Milivojevic goes over, touches one of their players. He goes down, screams, and then the yellow card comes in. You think, just stop cheating. Just stop cheating. I didn't, Dan. He's lying. What Danny's just wrote in the chat, I didn't say that word 142 times in the second half alone.
Right. Summer Kirsten has just asked me, I presume it was aimed at me, what's the team going to be for Huddersfield? You'd have to bloody well wait, wouldn't you, until Philpot's player prediction comes out summer. But I don't know.
Exactly. Anyway, so just before, I mean, as soon as Wilf come on, he made a massive impression.
Yeah.
Him and Surlock fighting over the same ball. Surlock took over, smashed it past the keeper, hit the post. Really unlucky.
Yeah,
really
I felt for the bloke. Yeah.
Yeah. And then obviously had the goal disallowed, and then again Wilf gets the ball, goes through the middle, jinking, feints to pass to one player, and then goes completely past him. Puts PVA in almost exactly the same position as the other day when he hit it.
Gets Man United,
it through the goalkeeper. Nutmeg. It's 2-1 with 2 minutes and plus injury time to go, and we're in the game. And Chelsea do their best, their absolute best Italian impression in ball, wasting the time, and which is only what we would have done if it was us. So,
where is that hour gone? Do you realise we've been going an hour already? That can't be possible.
Me and you, we took the iron legs off the donkey.
Shut the fuck up for 5 minutes. Right, okay. Listeners out, hang on. Listeners out there. Right, now's your time. Shoot your questions, one after the other. Rapid questions. Jill and I are going to answer them as quickly as possible. And if there is anybody from outside the UK watching this now that would like to come and say hello, pop on, give us 5 minutes of your day. And questions, go. So,
Colin Squire Senior, we'd have had a player sent off if one of our players had knocked the flag out of the line. As Andrew, absolutely right. Andy Stacey just said, "Who's going to keep us up?" Don't know. Really don't know. Wilf is integral, isn't he? No matter what way you look at it.
Good night, Leslie. Thanks, mate. Thanks for joining us. He's going for his cocoa. Bless him.
Rich Kingdom, who's going to win the Gold Cup? I don't know. 3-1. Don't dare drop Kelly. Andy Varley said Wickham. It might be a hint of sarcasm there, but I hope not. Do you think we'll keep Wilf this summer? Yes, I do, Chris. I think, but again, if we stay up, we keep most of our players that we want to keep. It's as simple as that. So, Chris
White has just asked, "Am I smoking a pipe?" It's one of these vape things, Chris.
Is it fashion fixing, Chris?
Mate, I've been off the fags now. next month, beginning of April, I've been off the fags for 4 years after this whole thing. I had a heart attack back in 2007, and I've been off the fags for 4 years. So bring it, and that thing there is keeping me off the fags. So I'm chuffed.
Well done. RSD won't start the next game. He needs to get his fitness back. I honestly do. I don't think Wilf will stay. If we go down, I don't think he will. Tompkins, Chris said, Tompkins man of the season, without a doubt, with absolutely out of doubt. And
no, it's not crack. Richard Kingdom, no, it's not crack. Okay, no, it's not crack. All right.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Ben the Carrot and Cruncher Allen. He said, "Will Hodgson be the manager next season?" Yes, definitely. For someone that used to live in Croydon, he speaks a little bit like now. It's very strange to talk to.
Oh, the manager.
Yeah, no, Ben. Would you drop anyone for the next game? Yeah, well, Ben technically wouldn't play for me, and that's not a bit of hatred. I'd drop him, and I would also, I'd have a look at this Cavalieri, see if he is that good, then I'd play him in goal. Tyler K. Shush, because I never nicked one off you yesterday. I'm still off the fags, so shut your trap, okay? But I love you anyway. Well done.
Summer, thank you for your nice comments. Keep your questions coming.
But yeah, I John Ellicott's thanking people for us as well. Hodgson upstairs instead of Dougie. No, Dougie. Listen, the club are strangled by money at the moment. The players that we've signed have been found by Dougie. That's what he does. All right, so it's it is what it is. But until we get certain players off our off our books and get some money back into the club, then we can't, we can't carry on.
Ben Allen asking, drop Kelly for Sacco? Question mark. Question mark.
Yeah, I'd say yes. I think you got to, really. I think you got to. Yeah. Yeah, Richard. Yeah, he's clapping. And I don't know, Simon. Ridiculous question. How can we ever answer that? Or do you know what? I really hope not. Is it true Sacco picks and chooses his games? I don't think so.
That's my bro, by the way, in case you hadn't realised. So be nice to him.
Yeah, no, I know. And I also think so. I'm good. Yeah,
Ian
Blackmon,
Ian Blackmon, my nephew, says, if we stay up, what do we need to get? And if we go down, who will we lose and who do we want?
Well, we keep a lot of our average Joes, don't we? That's what we do keep for a start. But if we stay up, we need a number 10. We need another goalkeeper. We need another 10, another striker, and 2 centre midfielders. There you go. So just spend, for a number 10, we need to spend 20 million, 25 million. So drop Schluck for RLC? Definitely.
Really?
What, drop Schluck for Loftus-Cheek?
Is he match fit?
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I thought you meant. Well, I thought you just meant in general. But no, not if he's not match fit. No, he's going to need a week or two. But as soon as he gets his fitness back, he has to go. He has to come in, without a doubt. Yeah, we need that power. I mean, it was all right a couple of games ago, Jeffrey, really good. But he didn't look very good yesterday for me.
Colin Squires is mentioning about the out of contract players of the season. Now, don't you, Jill? You know something?
There's a lot.
You know the listing off the top of your head.
Oh God, no, I don't. Do you know what? I've got a little. You can't see it here. I've got a little corner over here that I keep all my paperwork in. And she made me clean it out the other day, so all my notes.
See, where's the trousers in that house?
Waiting to be shredded. Well, without a doubt. As soon as you get to my age, you have to. There's the peace and quiet that you like better, mate. Don't worry about that. Dave Martin said, I think Schluck did okay against Man U. He did great. He played really well against Man U. He didn't play very well against Chelsea. That's the thing, and this is what we need to do. We can't have one. You need some players to be playing out of their skin now. This is when we need all our players to be up for the fight, and I want them puking up as they come off the pitch. I want them dog tired. I want them. It's what I want, and I want them. What's going on with Sacco, I don't know, but whatever is that, I want him to be fighting.
So that was me. This message to you, by the way.
Thanks for that. Bring back Wilbraham. Wilbrahimovic,
yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Jimmy Mack's out there. I think he's already signed something preliminary, something. But again, he'll want to play in the Premier League, and but yeah, we're going to get rid of Hennessy. Who said that? Let me just have a little look.
Who do you think?
Get rid of Hennessy because he's out of contract.
Is he?
He's out of contract, and he's out of contract at the end of the season. I'm sure he is.
Anybody else wants to join the show? Make yourself known right now, because I'm going to bring somebody else in if you say yes in the next 2 minutes. Simon cribbing out in Canada. How does it go? Schlup, schlup, schlup. We'll keep us up. It's something like that, Simon. Anyway, yeah. Up.
Yeah, that's terrible. You're right. Jordan J. Wavy Butler. I think he will go. Like I said, he's got 2 years on his contract, and I think he'll be looking at some sort of extension if he wants to stay. But I can't see him staying. I really can't. I think he's a busted flush of us now. Like I say, we're looking to put the ball down, and his game is in the air, and we don't really want to be doing that. So, but yeah, if we get through this season, I think that this is now become the pivotal season. I know everyone said like the first year, and then it was the second year, but this has been the biggest test for us so far. Really, he dropped his contract. Tyler, yeah. this season has been the biggest.
There's your
with
list.
the
There's your list.
with the amount of injuries we've had. Have we had any? I hate to tempt fate. Have we had any red cards this season? I can't remember us having a player sent off. Have we?
No, I can't remember. I can't remember one. I'm sure John Ellicott's listening in. I'm sure he'll tell us if there is one. Ian Blackmore suggested we bring in Woods from Burnley if we stay up. Andrew Varley just said no, we haven't. No reds confirmed by Greg. Thanks, mate.
Well, good stat there. Good stat.
Kabay, I think you and I have touched on before. He's actually going to be back in training this week. Would you put him back in the team? Is he setting the world alight?
No. It means we have to go back to the one up front. If God, it's. Yes. I think from now on, I think we're going to have to play five in midfield. We're going to have to play five in midfield. I'll tell you who's run his nuts off, and we don't really say a lot about him at the moment. Townsend. He does do a lot of work.
He has been playing well.
Come on for me.
If that shot
since that sulk.
Yeah, go on.
Since he had that sulk at the beginning of the season, and people just went, like ship up or shape out, whatever it is, shape up or ship out or whatever. He has. I'm really. I'm very pleased with him. He works very hard, and he also, even though he hasn't scored, he does. He does a lot of work. I'm very, very pleased with him. So no reds and 53 yellows.
Yeah.
So Jell just done a vicar of Dibley. No. Yes.
No. Listen, Ian Costa up.
Yes.
North. Ian North up. Costa up north. Hello, buddy. Welcome to the show. And just because you're up there doesn't mean you're not one of the family. So welcome aboard, buddy.
Greg just said Townsend will go to Leicester if we drop. Townsend will go to Newcastle if we drop. They love him up there still. He loves that. So Ray Kipp and Jack, I don't know why they're not on the bench. No, I think
2 point
Ray Kipp was on the bench against Man United, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Rackett was on the bench, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we have this. We have got this. I don't know. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is good enough. Did he come from an end of season where he hadn't played for a little while? Rackett, the same as Sherlock.
Yeah, one of them was. Yeah, one of them was in the mid-season break or something, wasn't it? Yeah, I get that, but don't know.
Yeah. What? So, but the thing is, Frank said, "Why were they signed? Well, they were signed because we bloody well needed the players.
We need some numbers,
and well, that's what we do. We need numbers. And like I said, we Chung Lee is not as bad as what people say. I know it's going to annoy a lot of people, me saying that right near the end of the show. He really isn't as bad. He had one. What people have still got the arse about is that game, the Burnley game last year, with that back pass where Woods got in and they, that bad back pass that let Woods in for us getting beat up there. So, but Dougie will come good, and I think he'll come good with better players once he knows what kind of budget he's got. If we stay up. So, I like Lee. He's a good one. I tell you what I would go for. Is it Ozaki from Leicester?
Ozaki, yeah.
Yeah, fantastic player he is. I like him a lot. And I would be hoping that if we could be getting someone like him, get someone like him in if we promise him first team football. So, but yeah, I mean he is but again, Lee's one of our average players, of which we have a lot of average players. So he doesn't deserve the abuse he made one mistake in 3 years. Go on.
I think we're going to get towards the end of the show, and I just wanted to put a nod towards something that has annoyed me from yesterday. And again, especially for those of you who went, thank you for whatever you did yesterday. You were outstanding. But that other lot on the other, do you know what? I got on the tube on the way out of there, and there are so many plastic fans. We stopped, I think it was Brompton Road on the tube, and about a dozen Chelsea fans got off. And I'm telling you now, 10 of them were Oriental. Okay, they're either day trippers, and yes, I know we got some of our own. Okay, they were either day trippers or they were throwbacks from the 1970s that just wanted to fight you outside the stadium. Last year when we beat them, I understand they were pissed off and everything else. They were just horrible when we came out in the stadium. They just wanted. They're old men that wanted to fight. Okay, yesterday they beat us, and guess what? The same old boys were outside the stadium by our exit looking for the same fight that they didn't get last year. They're just a bunch of Neanderthals. And they are so quiet. They very rarely sing. They went 2-0 up and we were out singing them. That just goes to show you the strength of Crystal Palace Football Club. We were just outstanding yesterday. And well done, well played to everybody else. And in answer to all your questions earlier on, we ain't going anywhere. We're staying in the Premier League. We've got a decent run in. This is in our own hands. Okay, what we need to get Sellers Park absolutely bouncing next time we play there. Let's do what we do best out there. Stay positive. Keep us in the Premier League because we can make a difference.
Troy Southgate said, "Am I sponsored by Unigate?" Do you know what? It's because I drink loads of milk. That's where it is. When I was younger, there was an advert on the telly and it said, Ian Rush drinks loads of milk. When I grow up, I want to be like Ian Rush. And when I could be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley.
Early, the fastest built in the West. Early.
No, that was early.
That's one for the older viewers.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say for the first time now, I'm going to say yes that we will stay up. Now we've had news from the club that certain players are back in training, players are back at the club. Yeah, I think I'll take the 2 draws from Brighton. Well, I hate to say I've got half decent side there. Be a good battle there. And for Huddersfield, I'll be up for it properly. But I think by the time we get to play some of the others, I think it will be. I think Swansea get out of it. I think they're on. Yeah, won't be us. So don't care now. I'm being positive, Mark. All right, there you go.
Mark is telling Jell to be positive. Folks, listen. The lowest we've been tonight is down to 40 viewers. The highest we've been tonight is 60 viewers. Thank you, each and every one of you. If you like what we do, put a message, put a comment in the box. Me and the old boy next to me here, this old fella here, okay, we love him, okay? It's a pleasure having him on the show, but more importantly, it's a pleasure having you on the show every week. No, wrong way, you fucking idiot.
That was looking. I was not. I don't know what.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and Jell Holyoke, I wish you a good week, and let's get 3 points against Huddersfield. I'll see you for the predictions later in the week. Have a great night, everyone. Good night.
Ciao.
I'm pushing it now. It won't go off.
Trying.
No, it's still not going off. Hang on a minute. Night then. Bye.